Toucan Play That Game is proudly sponsored by nicegameshop.com, the place to go for rare and unusual Asian games. Hi, I'm Michael. Join me in becoming one of the greatest alchemists in the world, who are found in the Valley of the Alchemists, a game currently seeking funding up on Kickstarter by CreativeMaker LLC. I'll teach you to brew the essence of flora and fauna into magical decoctions that will then turn into powerful elixirs sought the world over. And if you can brew the best mixtures, you'll win the spring contest and be known far and wide as the best alchemist in the land. Setting up the game, start by having each person pick their player colour. They then take the corresponding player board, elixir chest, special action markers and 4 cubes, which will sit in the leftmost space of each of these tracks, which shows the number of ingredients you get when collecting from 1 to 6. Each player can then move either one track of their choice up 2 spaces or 2 tracks up 1. They also take an ingredient board, which they will fill with 6 of each colour of the 4 colours of ingredients and 3 of each colour of decoctions. You then shuffle the elixir cards and randomly return some to the box so that you create a deck of 35 cards for 2 players, 45 for 3 players and 55 for a 4-player game. You then deal 10 face up in 2 rows of 5 cards. Finally, pick first player and you're ready to begin. You'll keep playing until the game ends, which will be after your elixir deck runs out of cards. At this point, whoever has the most experience points will win the game. The points for each elixir are shown in the top right corner, and you'll also add on any experience point tokens and points for unused decoctions. The game will start with the first player taking a turn consisting of 2 actions, and then the next player in clockwise order will take a turn consisting of 2 actions, and so on until the end of the game. In a turn, there are 5 possible actions for a player to choose their 2 actions from, and they can do these in any combination or order, including performing the same action twice. These are 1. Collecting ingredients, 2. Brewing decoctions, 3. Making elixirs, 4. Rearranging elixirs, and 5. Selling a line of elixirs. When collecting ingredients, you'll choose 2 of the 4 colours to collect, moving them from your ingredients board to the cauldron on your player board. How many you move of each is equal to your level for that colour shown by these tracks. You can't have more than 6 of each colour of ingredient in your cauldron. If, when collecting ingredients, moving as many as your level would bring you to more than 6 in your cauldron, any above 6 are simply not collected. Also, be aware that you can't pick up the same colour twice. It does have to be 2 different colours in the same action. However, you could use both your actions to collect ingredients to be able to collect the same colour twice in a turn. The brewing decoctions action allows you to turn any number of ingredients that are in your cauldron into decoctions. All decoctions require 3 ingredients each, water and 2 others as shown under the brewing liquid section of the player board. Any ingredients used are moved from your cauldron back to your ingredients board, and then the corresponding decoction is placed on your shelves. You are limited to a maximum of 3 of each colour of decoction on your shelf at any one time. Also, it's important to reiterate that you can create as many decoctions as you have the ingredients to do with a single action. Making elixirs is similar to brewing decoctions, except you are using decoctions rather than ingredients, and the requirements are shown on the elixir cards, not your player board. Move any used decoctions back to your ingredients board and then place the corresponding elixir card into an empty space of your elixir chest. You then increase your ingredient level by 1 for the ingredients shown in the top left of the card up to a maximum of 6. The elixir card is not replaced from the deck until the end of the player's turn. As with brewing, you can do this as many times as you like as long as you have the decoctions to do so. Also, I'll explain why in a moment, but it's important to take care with where you place your elixirs, as you cannot freely move them around once you've placed them. Rearranging your elixirs is the fourth action option and allows you to either move one elixir in your chest to an empty space or to swap the places of two elixirs. You can only do one of these options once with each action that you use to do this. So if you wanted to move two elixirs to empty spaces, it would take you 2 actions. The final action is selling a line of elixirs, and you can't sell multiple lines with one action. You can only sell one line for each action. That line can either be a row, column or diagonal, but it must be straight and it must be filled with 3 elixirs. When selling, you'll state which line of elixirs you're selling and then you'll calculate your bonus experience points as shown on the top left of your player board. If all 3 elixirs have the same level, which is the number of decoctions used to make it, then you take a bronze free experience token. If all 3 have the same colour included, then you'll take a silver 4 experience token. The colour is shown in the picture, but is also the same as the decoctions used to make it, and some elixirs have multiple colours. In that case, only one of the colours has to match to get this bonus, but if all elixirs had the same 2 colours, you'd actually have 2 colour matches and get 2 silver tokens. The gold 5 experience tokens you get if the shape of all 3 elixirs matches. This is shown in the picture, but also in the bottom left of the card. These 8 experience point elixirs are wilds for bonus points and count as whatever level, colour and shape will get you the biggest bonus. And it is possible to get multiple bonuses from one line, such as getting shape and level. Having collected your experience tokens, you then remove the sold elixirs from your chest and place them in a face down pile so that you can count their experience points at the end of the game. That is all the actions that a player can choose their 2 actions from, but there is still one thing to mention. These 4 special action markers. A player can use them at any time on their turn, including at the same time, so you can use more than one at a time. However, each elixir can only have 1 marker placed on it, and each marker can only be used once in a game as they're discarded after use. The first 3 allow you to increase your bonus points when selling elixirs by increasing your matches, and you simply place the token on an elixir to use it. This one changes the shape of one elixir, this one the level, and this one the colour. For elixirs with 2 colours, you only change one of the colours, not both of them. The final marker is used when making elixirs and allows you to use one colour of decoction as if it was a different colour. To do so, pick how many of the decoctions you wish to transform and place them on the marker. They must all be the same colour, but it doesn't have to be all of that colour that you have. You then state the colour the decoctions on the token now are. Using this, it is possible to make elixirs requiring more than 3 decoctions of the same colour, all in the same action. Once a player has taken both of their actions, it's then the end of their turn, and any elixirs that were made are replaced from the deck. Then the next player in clockwise order takes a turn, and you continue like this until the end of the game, which is triggered if, when replacing the face-up elixirs at the end of a turn, the elixir deck is empty. At this point, players continue taking turns in clockwise order until the last player in the round has taken their turn. This would be the player before the first player, so that everyone has had an equal number of turns. Players will then add up the experience points shown in the top right corner of all their elixirs, both those sold and still on their chessboard. Then add on any experience point tokens they have collected during the game, and 1 point per 2 unused decoctions on their player board. Then whoever has the most experience wins, with ties being broken by who has the most elixirs. If there is still a tie, then compare the number of decoctions and then, if needed, the number of ingredients. If there is still a tie, then victory is shared. So that is how you play The Valley of the Alchemists by CreativeMaker LLC, now up on Kickstarter. As well as the base game I have explained here, you will also be able to get the Ghost expansion in the Kickstarter, which introduces a 5th player and also increases the interaction between players with Dragon Contest and Companion modules. But I'll let you find out on your own how those work. The final thing to be aware of is all components shown in this video are prototypes only. The decoctions will be replaced with plastic bottles, not wooden discs, and if you back the exclusive collection set, then you will get metal coins for experience point markers. I do hope you've enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you have, please do check out the rest of the videos on the channel, subscribe to the channel, share, like and comment on the videos. And as always, thanks for watching and bye for now.